What's up, my little clickers? B2 here, talking about a little clicker heroes. And you know, I get this question a lot. Honestly, it's like, man, I'm just slowing down. Like, I'm not able to progress as fast as I was, and like, help me out. What am I doing wrong? And you know, I can only show you my setup and the way I run things. I've gotten away. I did an idle DPS for the longest time, and it's very slow, but it allows you to not have to monitor your game 24/7, right? So you do an idle thing, you just kind of let it run, check in with it, upgrade some stuff, let it idle run some more. But with the active build, you're actually sitting here and you're going click, 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 right? And that's just, it just gets old. But now they've introduced these auto clickers on the side here, and when you put these auto clickers in, you don't have to sit here and actively click, 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 click. So I call it kind of a hybrid build. And so I'm going to show you like just some general guidelines for this, right? I'm at level 4,000, and I think my max is like 5,300 or something. We'll just check real quick. 5,316, yeah, right. So, and I only had to beat Dracer by a couple levels just to get to get the number 4 spot, which is actually the highest I've been in my own clan forever, right? So, but here's the way I look at it. I'll get to about level 5,100, and it will start slowing down. The progression mode will click to off, and I'll have to kind of go back and forth and monitor this and click on it, and then use some of my special skills, and then kind of go in here and do the dark ritual, and you know, I just have to start to do a lot of maintenance. And at that point, when the game starts slowing down, I don't mind doing that a couple times, but I don't want to have to sit here and watch it to progress hardcore. Like, if I was going to go to beat Solius and Dracer, which I did, I probably went about an extra 150 levels, and it took a while. It probably took me 4 hours to get just to level 4,000, right, on the auto-click. And then it probably took me 2 hours to get the extra 150 levels. Well, why would I sit for 2 hours and play active when I can just ascend, take the heroes here? Because look, I've got right now, I could ascend for right now 384 trillion souls. Just by doing nothing, you know what I mean? But I know that I can click another 1,000 levels off of here without having to do anything. Now, in that 1,000 levels, I'll probably go to like 3,000 trillion, which is like, I think 3Q or something like that. It just gets to be ridiculous. I don't even know how to describe how the hero souls work after that. After the Q, it starts to go into like hashtags and @ symbols, and just it just really does start to get ridiculous. So for us, like, you know, it's about progression levels for me now. Like, if every time I ascend, I can push another 100 levels. So what are going to be the heroes that allow me to ascend, right? If I'm going to invest in anything here in the Ancients, Argayev is going to be extremely important, because you're going to want, see, and I can tell you he needs 7,000 trillion to level up again. But I've got 100 million Argayevs. Like, just to kind of put this in perspective, let's look at Wepwet. If I click on him, at the bottom you'll see gilded bonus 639. I'm getting 127 billion% increase from Argayev, and it only gets bigger and bigger as you add to that, right? So that's an extremely important one. But look, I'm pretty much one-shotting everything here. So like, if you look down here, dead, 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 dead. I don't have to do anything to work. My 2 auto clickers, and the reason that is because we've got that gilded damage so high turned up, right? So at about level 4,800, 4,900, I can't do this anymore. I can't one-shot. It's going to start going click, 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 and then it's going to turn to where your critical damage is what's going to be one-shotting stuff. Does that make sense? So for right now, it's the auto-click, and it's your raw damage that's doing that damage and taking these guys down. But when you get to the point where you're seeing it going and it's kind of just ticking down, you're going to go tick, 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 bam, and it'll be dead, because your crit damage kicks in. So the next guy you want to look at on here is this guy, Bale, the Ancient of Murder, and he's at the same upgrade, 7,315 T. So he's going to be the next most important guy to have on there. And of course, like, you want to edge all these guys up because you're going to start using these skills, right? So I'll scroll you through mine real quick. I've got them all at 43. Fragsworth is the other guy that is your click damage, right? So you're gonna have Argayev, and you're gonna have Fragsworth, and they're pretty much, they work hand in hand. We can actually upgrade him a little bit more. Let's take him to 100 million too, and then he's at the same level, right? Juggernaut is one of those things that adds DPS, but look, it's only adding 10,000 DPS per click. It's not doing anything like Argayev up here, which is adding gilded damage bonus, right? So you do want to have Juggernaut, you do want to use him, he's worth it, because this damage is going to click up high. You multiply the two of these. You multiply this times this to get your true damage, right? So Akuma Wakamaru, that's going to give you this 6 right here, 6 or 7 depending on what level you're on. It's going to help you speed through your Ascensions. It's very expensive, but you just want to edge him up as well. And I've taken these guys like Mammon and Mimsy and raised them up to get more gold. I'll probably actually on my Ascend put some more money into these two guys right here. So yeah, see, I'm kind of tapped out on him now. And if you look through, Seal Odyssey's not really that important because you're not doing idle damage over here. I raised him anyway because sometimes I'll do the reset for gold and use this guy right here, Nogardnet, as a way to get extra gold to get started. But now it's like I one-hit click. The first treasure chest I'm buying King Midas, and I'm jumping my gold like 200%. So not quite as important. It just depends on what you want your strategy to be, right? So and then of course Solomon, like I've jacked Solomon through the roof. Like this is where you make your progress right here. Like it's great to do damage and raise levels, but it's great to also have a ton of hero souls, and this Solomon's going to be your biggest deal. And of course, like we've got Solomon boosted way up on here on Ponyboy. I mean, for one, it just makes sense to use this. This Fandoris is a huge way to make extra on your bonus too, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. One of him and the rest Ponyboy. You know, maybe Borb again because it raises it up so high for you. So anyway, I hope that answers the question. Like it's all about the Ascensions and the Transcensions. It's about using your auto clickers now because the game has changed. So it's about using those auto clickers to boost your damage up through the roof basically without having to do a whole lot. So right now that's my setup. It's working extremely effective. I've done probably 4 Ascensions in the past day or so. I'll get him up to high level, get a ton of hero souls, and then bang, we're off to an Ascension. So I hope that's answered some questions. I hope I didn't complicate things for you guys. If you have any questions, again, hit me up in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that sub button. Holla.